Hello and welcome to this study, the Function Human Error Design Method. I want to thank you for your participation. The purpose of this video is to give you an example of what type of questions you will need to answer during this survey. So let's begin. The objective of this study is to evaluate the capability of the tool to identify user-system interactions while using a functional model approach. Also, we want to evaluate the capability of the method to identify possible human errors associated with such user-systems interaction. In this video, I will present to you the type of questions that you will find in the survey, and I'm going to use a can opener as an example of how to answer to these questions. So let's begin. The first part of the survey is actually related to the user interactions required to operate the system. We will provide you with a list of different user tasks, and it's your job to select all the possible user tasks that you need to complete in order to operate and control a can opener in this case. So of course you can select more than one user task at a time, and if necessary you can include any other user task to the list. Before answering to this question, I will actually start considering and understanding how a can opener works. To do so, I will try to present an activity diagram of how the can opener works. So first, of course, you need to start with the can opener itself. You need to, using your hand, you need to reach and pick up the can opener. You need to grasp it. And of course, with the other hand, you will need to reach to the can, reach it, picking it up, carry it towards the can opener, and then combining the two elements, you need to perform some manipulation, some grasping, some turning to start making the can opener actually able to start separating the lid, and finally releasing the content of the can opener and separating the objects altogether. So with this understanding of how the can opener operates, we can now proceed to fill out and select all the user tasks from the list. The second part of the study is now building the relationships between the functional model and the user interactions. We will present you with images of different functional models. In this example, of course, we are again using the functional model for the can opener. Below the figure, you will have a table. The rows of the table represents the functions present in the functional model. And each of the columns are actually the different user tasks that you need to complete in order to operate the can opener. Here, using your understanding of the functional model and your understanding of the can opener, you have to select for each function flow combination in the diagram what type of user tasks are going to be involved to the operation and control of the device. Of course, you can select more than one user task per each of the functions. Before we continue answering this question, let's start analyzing in detail the functional model. In the functional model, we need to first try to understand the different flows that they go in. The first one is the hand, how the user needs to actually import the hand to the system, in this case, the can opener, how we need to position a hand, and how we need to transform that hand into some type of energy. In the other flow that is important to the system is the can itself. We need to import the can to the system. We need to couple it with the can opener. We need to guide it and then finally separate it. And of course, we need to connect and transform that hand, that input of the hand as a human energy, to a mechanical energy, and that is going to activate the systems. Now, with the perspective of the functional model complete, we can now try to map where the different user tasks are going to be completed. So let's start, just like we did it before. We need to first start using our hand to reach to the device, in this case the can opener, position ourselves, we need to pick it up. The can, we need to use again our hand to pick up the can, move it, position ourselves, and then of course combine everything together. We need to start making some carrying and manipulation tasks. We have to grasp the device together, and of course we need to turn and push to transfer that mechanical energy, that human energy, into mechanical energy. And finally we will need to do some manipulating and pulling to separate the final can. With this understanding now of how the systems and the user tasks are being connected, we can proceed to fill out the matrix. For each of the functions that we have identified in the rows, again, identify what user tasks are actually being completed while performing these tasks. Take a look of all the ones that we have selected, and they match with the previous examples. The third type of question is related to the identification of user errors while interacting with the system, in this case with the can opener. We will present you with a list of user tasks that are presented in the rows of the table. The columns represent some possible user errors that could be present while performing such tasks. Here, using your understanding of the operation and control of a can opener, you need to select for each of user tasks what type of errors could be present while performing the operation. Here I present an example, again, using our understanding of the different user tasks. We can just try to think how each of these possible listed of errors can or cannot be present in the list. After you complete the selection, we can proceed and finish with the survey. This is the end of the video. Thank you very much for your participation of the study, and good luck.